Happy Saturday, welcome back to the Den of Iniquity that is Ken Shaving and BSing, your Big Shave Best champion as always. And I was just watching some videos, I just got out of the shower, hair's done, now looking pretty, whatever. Anyway, so I'm not in a lot of Facebook groups anymore. I got out of a bunch a long time ago, ventured back into a few, but I'm not in Razor and Brush, and I'm not friends on Facebook with CDB, but sounds like he's got something going on. I don't know, it's not my business to know, but whatever you got going, Chris, hope things turn around for you. I just want to pass along some good karma, and whatever you got going, you know, hey, those in the shaving community that, you know, that are friends or we're familiar with each other in some way, we only really want good things for each other. So whatever, if anybody else got anything going on in their lives that, you know, they need some good karma, here's to you. Whatever you have that you're struggling through, I hope something changes for you real soon, whether it's a job, whether it's family, whether it's other issues. You know, it's not our business unless you share, but I just want to say, if anyone's got any struggles going on, we all have some from day to day, or we have some longer going ones, and just keep in mind, send a positive vibe out there, or a prayer, whatever you're into, to those folks, because Lord knows they could use a pick-me-up, whether they know they're receiving it or not. Somehow I believe that energy kind of comes around, like Stallion says, you know, I think he says energy, or thought equals energy, or something like that. Forgive the quote, Anthony, but something like that. But anyway, so enough of that babble, but, you know, let's stay positive up there for our friends who need them, if our friends, whether they're in or out of the shaving community. But, so today's soap, the tap is warm. A soap that got a lot of love in 2017, and maybe late 2016, but I haven't seen it appearing. I haven't seen posts from them. I don't know if they've shut down. I hope not, because they make really great soap, and when they would pop up saying they have stuff for sale, it would be sold out in minutes. Viking soap out of Iowa. And this is Old Norse, and this is their barbershop scent in their tallow formula. This is tallow, aloe, lanolin, mango, shea, and oats formula. Got a lot of love. And I wanted to bring it back out. Now I'm using new water, and this one smells very close to Honor by Soap Commander and Mike's Natural Soap Barbershop to my nose. So I'm going to pair it with Honor Balm from Soap Commander. Our aftershave is going to be the aftershave elixir from Shea Moisture. You can pick this up at like a box store, Walmart, whatever, possibly your CVS is, Walgreens. I got mine at a Target. I believe you might be able to get this at Walmart. Definitely Target. But anyway, and we're going to prep with the cube. I got it just over a day's growth. BC Silver Tip from Razor Rock at the ready. Synthetic brush, of course, 24 mil. And I'm breaking out the Assassin razor with the nap-set blade I used in the Gillette Fat Boy. This is going to be its second shave on it. I just love this razor. I just do. And you know what? I'm going to exchange the brush. Pardon me. I'm walking over here. Happens as it happens. We're going with the Assassin instead, with the Game Changer knot. I just love the Assassin, so let's slip it in there. That's what she said. Wet that face. Prep the cube. I'm already washed. I did a little exfoliation also. Usually on the weekends is when I do one of my days, and then midweek. You should have, whether you're using some high-end stuff or you're using just St. Ives scrub. Men, I know we shave, so we kind of exfoliate, but you got to remember the forehead and around here, not the eyes itself. There's very sensitive skin, but you know, exfoliate all the areas. You know, it helps. You don't want to sit there and just do the beard, because you're doing a lot of that, especially if you're a daily shaver. You know, you're scraping off skin, so you got that. But also to prevent ingrowns and fewer things, twice a week you should exfoliate in some fashion, no matter how you do it, whether it's a scrub or there's a liquid style. But also draws out a little more of the stuff in your pores that you don't want, and just brings out a fresh layer of skin. Makes you look a little more handsome, you know, up close to people. So let's get lathered up here. I just dipped the tips and shook out the brush as I was babbling. I also have Ragnar, which is their Aventus style scent, which is very good. The soap base is very good. Just haven't seen it in a lot of shades lately, and I don't know why, and I haven't used it in a long time. I got the tallow Ragnar, I mean not tallow, the vegan Ragnar they make also, which is a good soap base. I gave that to my good buddy Aaron Ramon, who's in dental school now here in the area. been there for a while. I don't know how close he is to graduating. I haven't seen him in a while, so I need to. We're friends on Facebook. I need to catch up with him, see how he's doing. We need to grab lunch because he lives and works closer to where I hang out on my Fridays a lot. So I'm gonna take the excess off here, just so a little more lather building base layer. Not necessary, but why waste? Get your finger in there and really get it out. That's what she said. But today I am Michael Scott. All right. I don't have any of their balms, so I can't do that. But I do have 2 of their soaps. So paint on. I would say there's a woody note to this style of barbershop, as opposed to your Yves Saint Laurent, was it, damn it, I forgot the name. It's a discontinued frag that you'll smell. It's very close to Fine, it's American Blend, and CAD by PAA, or Phoenix Shaving. Because those are what also can kind of resemble the Barbasol style foam, the shave foam, shaving cream scent. I'll tell you, this Assassin brush, handle-wise for me, is really ergonomically nice because it has, has edges. I mean, it has contours, so you can put your fingers in and place them nicely. So for me, it's a great grip. It doesn't tire the hand. Little maiden method, paint it in. So, viewer asked me about describing lathers and what to look for. First of all, as you know, if you've been a long time watcher, I've only gotten better at lathers recently. I recommended Chris, I recommended Jason Rudman. There's 2 guys that are regular YouTubers that really build some wicked lathers. My opinion on what you're looking for, and take mine with a grain of salt, give you my best interpretation. I fire out this disclaimer. I am not an expert, so if you thumbs down this video thinking I know from what I'm really talking about as some expert, that makes you a fool. Those who are my dissenters and detractors. But anyway, so what I look for, see, you get this good build when you really take time to work your lather, which is something I notoriously failed with. Make sure you get the water in there right. Some people like it thicker. I like it where it's a little on the creamier end. You'll hear like Jason Rudman described it as Cool Whip, sour cream, or whipped cream. I kind of like it on that end. It's a little frothier, so you get some cushion. And take your time to work it. You don't want to mash the brush into the face necessarily. You want the brush to release lather, whether it's flow through on the back end to where you can see like this, where you can get it on your face and then distribute it, because your brush will regenerate as long as you get enough load on the brush. I have notoriously underloaded brushes in the past, as many people can attest to. In the comment section below, if they're feeling snarky or just want to dick with me as my friends. But you want to get that, you want to dial in that water, and it's going to be a little different for everybody. If you watch Paul H, for example, he likes a little thicker lather. It has more, it kind of looks like it really sticks to the razor when you're shaving. He has folks he calls the wet heads that tell him constantly they think his lather's too dry. He likes it a little drier, a little stickier. I like mine about what you're seeing. Where it's a little creamy, a little cushy, especially in the initial pass. But where you really will know is part of it cushion, yes, but the other part is your razor glide. You will feel the razor on your face. The less you feel it, as long as you are using good technique, means you probably have a slicker lather. Unless your razor is particularly notorious for aggressiveness, blade feel, things like that. This is somewhere in the mid. I call it the upper end, the lower end of mid aggressive. You can almost use it as a daily depending on which blade. Like I said, I'm using the Nasset, which is towards my higher end, but a very consistent blade that I trust implicitly. So for me, this is my kind of goal. And if you look at Chris Maiden, his is very similar. He gets very voluminous lathers. Jared Stein, if you watch live on any of the, I think mostly Shave Market, when he does his live shaves, you'll see that voluminous lather. And he works it for minutes on it. I'm 11 minutes in, but I'm doing this because one of my viewers asked me to. So I like it kind of creamy, kind of thick. I definitely want the slickness. So the water content is important no matter what soap you're using. They're all different. So you want to take that in like a, like for Barrister and Man Reserve line, this is of course the aftershave, but their soaps. It takes a lot of water. It's very thirsty, but once you dial it in, it's some of the slickest soap out there. The Glissant formula takes a lot of water, not as much as the Reserve formula, but still uses a lot of water. PAA, until they've gone to their Crown King, you still need a good amount of water, but once you dial that in, fantastic stuff. Any soap is like that. You just have to find the right, and plus I switched to using like distilled water here in a cup for my brushes. You want to get, if you have hard water or a soft rock, as, as I've been told, I.A. Proman, and he's very true. I've mentioned it before, he's so right. It is funny. You want to take into account your water. Now, like PAA, for example, Douglas has said many times, you know, in our conversations and in public, the whole idea of his was try to get a soap that can work well in a lot of water types, which is fine. I mean, that's a great idea, and frankly, if your water is good enough, but even then my limestone amount is so much that it still takes away from the soap's performance, so I still go to a distilled. But right now, I'm getting amazing glide. Again, watch your pressure. Technique is still king. A great lather and prep is essential. Also, a thing that I'm sort of failing, and thank God I got enough water, but if you look at my lip, I have to touch that up because it's starting to dry. So don't let the lather sit too long before you start shaving like I've been doing for the sake of this discussion. Because if it starts drying, then it's going to get that gummy, look on your razor, but it won't allow the razor to glide as well, and then you're at the risk of weepers and other weepers and possible cuts. And think about if you think your blade is still good, where you can get one more shave out of it, and don't force razors, don't force blades past what works for you. If you can get 4 shades off a Nasset, and while I prefer to stop at 2, I could probably get 3 or 4. But it's all about your skin. So take that into account when you're shaving. As you already know, but there's so many more factors than just building a good lather. You got to know your water. Prep, like using a cube or using a pre-shave oil from like Midnight and 2 or AOS or just going to getting some Pacific, whatever. Pre-shave may help you. Dialing in your lather, of course, is essential. But your razor blade, make sure it's still good. Because if your blade isn't ready and then you do a poor lather, you're doubling down on the possibility of nicks, irritation, etc. You're not helping your face out at all. And I've been notorious for that too over time. If you go back to my much fatter and odder days of bitching about shit. Well, I should have just been talking about shaving and involving my shave game. I was not good with lathers. I was not, well, with blades I was fine, but my technique was poor. So, I see now the second pass. Brush is still getting plenty of lather. Let's let's go in and kick some up here. Don't mash the brush. Let it work and generate lather. Now it's going to spill out like it is down on my neck. Brush that back in. Let it come out of the brush. Let it flow through, whether it comes out the bottom or on the sides and stuff where you can put it on your face. And also, if it's been sitting in the brush, maybe it needs a little water. So you know what? Let's go back. Don't be afraid to re-dip. Don't be afraid to reload. There is no right or wrong. Better you revisit the puck, you re-dip water. Whatever it takes for you to get your best shave. Like a blade can go from one pass good to start that second pass and it sucks. Change your blade. The razor's not cooperating. Change your razor. So there's no correct way of doing this. I mean, there's good ways where you can exercise your time better, be more efficient, but that comes with a lot of stuff. So, and I'm talking from experience. I'm not preaching like I'm the king of knowledge. So, okay. So now we go against. Now the lather's a little thinner, but still good, creamy. Got some volume. I mean, I got some slickness for sure. Also, make sure you rinse that razor, keep it clear. And flip it. But with lather building itself, which is the main part of this, get enough on the brush, make sure you dial in the water. And people can tell you that, but they probably also learned it through experience like I did, where they end up getting weepers and all sorts of chaos. All right. All right, good second pass. Now I did kind of more across on my mustache, and then I'm going to go against. So now we're into the third. Look at that, still lather on the brush. Of course, when you wet the face, you're also adding water back on the face, which will get picked up by your soap. So you should have plenty of moisture between what's still in your brush and what you put on your face. Now the trick is, well, you don't need to build a big lather, especially for the third pass. You need slickness, because you want to get a little closer to the face if you're trying to go for that, you know, get that BBS range. If you're doing a full 3 passes. Because you want the blade to get to the skin, get to the hairs. But you still need it to glide and not stall and catch. I mean, technically, if you want to build 3 big lathers, fine. That's I enjoy building lather. But it's not necessary. As we've witnessed with mini shavers, you just get a good layer of slickness to give you protection and technique. Because you're protecting your skin. That's really what you're doing. Besides all the rest of it, you're protecting your skin with the lubrication to ensure you get a comfortable, clean shave. So 21 minutes in, it's going to be a little longer than my last number of videos, but still. Alright. Light touch. I got a little weeper on my mustache. Alright. Let's just do light across. Well, I am buying something, kids. I'm trying not to, but I love it so much. And I'm buying it from a good buddy in town here. I am buying that Blackbird from John Gilmore. He wants to sell it, offered up what I consider a fair price, and Lord willing, we make it to next Wednesday, we meet up, because he's going to be towards my work. That was his joke, by the way. He literally said, well, don't send the money now, because what if I die in a fiery crash on 281 or something to that effect? I believe fiery crash was part of it. I said, good point. Of course, we do not want that to happen regardless of whether I'm buying a razor or not. God, John. We do not wish that on our brothers. But as you know, I fell in love with that razor. It was so good. Oh, okay, back to the soap discussion. Another thing, and I'm going to borrow from the Stallion on this, is soap is cheap in the scheme of things. Especially if you buy like Sterling or Soap Commander or K-Shave Works, where you're getting or you're getting 6 ounces of soap for the price they charge. One tub can last you a long time. Soap is cheap. Do not be afraid to overload your brush, because even if you got a ton in the brush like I just pulled out here, and I'm putting it all over my face, I'm feeling around for spots I want to hit up, which I think I'm okay actually. But I don't want to overshave, of course. But don't be afraid to overload your brush. The trick is getting the water right once you start lathering up. All right. So there. Rinse. Get that extra off it. Load it like you hate it. Soap is cheap, as Stallion says. So you want a good cushion. You want that slickness, but you also got to find out excuse me, what works specifically for your face, and that's the important thing. Like I said, Paul H is a little drier and thicker. Maiden's is very voluminous. Some people like it wetter and thinner with each one. You got to find what your combination of razor, blade, and pre-shave, if you use a pre-shave, or I think the pre-shave has generally been benefiting me using the cube or whatever else I choose. But and then your water content, your type of water, what's in your water. If you got crap water, buy a gallon of distilled or purified drinking water or whatever. If your tap water is kind of crappy. Well, I like that kind of creamy. I like some volume, especially in the first pass. I like to know I've built a good lather. I think there's something in that you've gotten better about something. I think that's a neat part. Oh. Just little things of wet shaving, accomplishing a, let's say weepers close already, like not getting weepers, getting a little Thayers here by the way, getting a good lather, minimal irritation. Like I didn't use the alum block, but I know I'd get some today because the razor choice, and I've been daily shaving. But I'm gonna let that dry down. But really look for what you like, because if you're not happy with your lathers, there's any number of reasons why, and not all of them are human error, like you didn't load enough or you didn't dial it in. Sometimes it is your water. So, and I think some places, I mean, if you even look at Nick Shaves and his 30,000, how many subscribers, he's gone from Chicago to Boston to hard water to soft water, and he always seemed like, there's some burn Chris talks about, by the way. He always talks about how when he got to Boston, his water got better. I believe it was that, because he has lake water. Chicago, I think, is pretty hard, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was the order. So, but he still built a good lather. He had a good technique, and however he did it, he did a good job. I, on the other hand, sucked terribly for a long time until finally. A little Honor Balm. Very close scent. They're not, I mean, spot-on matches, but they're like, I'd say they're 95%. Plus the scent off the little whatever scent and natural comes out of this is there. All right, we are done. So I hope that helped you out. Thanks for asking. I appreciate the questions just so I can share my experiences. I'm no expert. I'm just a regular guy like everyone else. And I appreciate the interchange of ideas and information, and if I can help somebody newer, or they just have questions on something they're struggling with, if I can't answer it, I will definitely recommend people who you should watch that I've learned a lot from in my over 2 years now of being in this hobby. I've really enjoyed it, and anything I can learn and share and pass along to make everyone's experience better, that's part of the goal. So again, almost 30 minutes. Thanks for watching. Be safe out there. Today is Saturday. Enjoy your weekend. And I will see you all most likely Monday for the next shave. Champ loves you. Too sweet. And take care. I'll see you next time. Bye all.